Hi guys, I'm Stady McCardle. Welcome. I am the winner of the $200 million cash prize of the lottery earnings, and I just must say I'm not lucky, so I'm really in shock still, and I'm more than honored and excited to be giving half of the earnings away to a charity of my choice. Yes, I said half, so that's $100 million going to a really good cause. Drum roll please. My charity reveal is going to be the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoptive Children. Those of you who don't know who Dave Thomas is, he is the founder of the fast food chain Wendy's, and also the founder of this foundation, which began in 1992 alongside his counterpart Rita Saronin. And she's been there for just as long as he has. I think she helped him get it up and running. So she's been there over 30 years, and she works, on behalf of abused, neglected, and really vulnerable children. Just to give you guys a little overview of the foundation's history, it all began in 1990 when our current president, George W. Bush, not current, but current at that time, George W. Bush, invited Dave to be the spokesperson on behalf of a national adoption awareness campaign. And after this, Dave just knew he was destined to do more. He really, really loved this work and wanted to kind of dive deeper into it. And I mean, he's the founder of Wendy's. It sounds like he probably had, some kind of money to do it and to help out. He, in 1997, testified before Congress to support an adoption tax credit that aimed to make adoption more affordable, because it can get a little pricey, along with many other great acts towards a better future for children without homes or families. Dave did pass away in 2002. However, his legacy is living on through all of the people that have been involved with the charity along the way. And Rita Saronin, she's still around, so she's still keeping things up and running. Also, just a little bit about the foundation, their mission and vision. Their mission is dramatically increase the number of adoptions of children waiting in North America's foster care system. And their vision is that every child will have a permanent home and family. That one's important. Their core beliefs, there are 3. Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent family. They always put a lot of emphasis on that word permanent. No child should linger in foster care or leave the system without a permanent family. And every child is adoptable. Just a little background on that word permanent and why they use it so often is because a lot of these kids will go out to homes and it won't work out. For whatever reason, the families change their mind, anything, abundance of things, and they do bring the kid back and they're placed back in a home or a foster care group home. Just a few stats and notes that I do want you guys to keep in mind. Last year in the United States, nearly 20,000 teens aged out of foster care. This leaves them at a higher risk of homelessness, early parenting, and other really negative outcomes. They turn 18 and they don't really have a leg to stand on. A lot of us have the luxury of, I'll go back home if this doesn't work out. I can go live with my sister, brother, aunt, mother, whoever. I lose my job, I go back to mom's house. I need a few extra bucks. Mom's gonna give it to me. Dad's gonna give it to me. These kids don't have that option. So it really is sad when they age out and never ever found a family or a home. According to childdefense.org, 111,592 children experienced homelessness on a single night in 2018. These kids, runaways from bad homes, they're also, they're homeless for a while, and then I'm sure they find a shelter, foster care home. And especially the older they are, it's harder for them to find a permanent home. According to kidssave.org, in the United States, 442,000 children are in foster care, and over 8 million children around the world are in institutions. Scientists agree, based upon orphan statistics, that children who grow up without parental care are significantly impaired in their physical, emotional, and cognitive development, which is very understandable. Just a few things about this foundation and organization's financial accountability. They are part of the BBB accredited charity organization, which means the BBB Alliance, what they do is they complete comprehensive, in-depth evaluations of a charity's governance, fundraising practices, solicitations, and informational materials, as well as how it spends its money. The Dave Thomas Foundation meets the Alliance's standards for charity accountability, and then some. They go above and beyond for what they do in this foundation. They're also really proud to be a GuideStar Platinum nonprofit profile participant. It allows them to show quantitative metrics on the progress that they're making towards their mission and vision goals. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption has earned a 4-star rating from the Charity Navigator, recognizing their commitment to good governance, financial transparency, and other best practices. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. One story that I came across and absolutely loved was a member of this foundation, somebody, that has worked very hard and committed a lot of their time and effort to, is Edna. And she actually went the extra mile to keep siblings together. She was not taking no for an answer. Jermisha, Floyd, and Jermaine, they were separated for 5 years while in foster care. 5 years. When children, that's all they have is each other, their siblings. She says they come into foster care together, they share trauma together, and siblings belong together. They have that bond. Through the Wendy's Wonderful Kids program provided to you by the Dave Thomas Foundation, she was able to place them with a really, really loving home with a couple in Oregon who actually already had five children of their own that they actually had, biological. So this family just expanded extramentally. They already had 5 kids and took on 3, and Edna was able to make that happen for them with all of the help and support and money raised through the foundation, which is beautiful, amazing. I love that. I would be freaking out if I were separated from my siblings ever. I really, really loved this quote I wanted to share with you guys. Not flesh of my flesh, nor bone of my bone, but still miraculously my own. Never forget for a single minute, you didn't grow under my heart, but in it. That's by Fleur Conkling Heiliger. Don't quote me on how to pronounce his name, but very, very beautiful quote. I did want to share with you guys why I have chosen the charity that I did, and it definitely has a lot of personal reasoning behind it. My little sister, Raina Grace Hardy, now my sister, we actually adopted her, and we did it not necessarily with the help of this foundation, but because of foundations like this, people are able to do it in an affordable way. We were able to keep in contact with the birth mother throughout the process of her pregnancy and help her in any way. Also to know that my sister was healthy, and this is kind of a different story because she never had to be in foster care or anything like that, but if we hadn't adopted her at this step, she could have been. And that's the scariest part of it all, is that my little sister could not have the life that we've been able to give her, and I've also wouldn't have been able to have the bond and love and relationship that I have with her. It's a very special one for sure. We are these innocent souls' chance at a normal future. Ask yourself, what if it were you or your children that needed help finding a forever home? Somewhere to live, eat, lay their head at night, have a normal routine, not wonder where they're gonna go the next day or the next week, or, oh, people are coming by today, I wonder if someone might like me enough to take me home. It just has to be a really horrible feeling to go to school and have friends with families that love them and care for them and support them in every way possible, in a way that these kids in the foster homes, most of the time aren't getting, especially the group homes. There's just not enough staff, to sit there and one-on-one really care for a child's emotional state, and that's really important at this age. They need that. So if you can, please donate today. All you have to do is go to the supportdavethomasfoundation.org and hit the donate button, and it would mean a lot in helping these kids find homes, and the funding that goes into it, and all of the advertisements, to let people out there know how big of an issue this is. Because we know, we just don't talk about it enough. Thank you for listening.